Friends, Peter Bowden here. What do you think is the most frequent question that comes up in my trainings helping leaders bring their work, leadership, community online? It is, that's right, how do you deal with eyeglass glare? Yeah, it's true. The most common question. How do you deal with the eyeglass glare? Nobody likes it. Nobody at all. So I just want to give you some easy tips to reduce eyeglass glare and just help improve the look of your videos and just presence online. We want you to look great online. Don't need to be perfect, but there's some things we can do to help with that problem. So first, I will say that if you can, the next time you get glasses, invest in high quality anti-reflective lenses, polarized lenses, lenses that have the coating on it. That makes a huge difference. But what if you have glasses like these? I'm gonna crank up the illumination of my computer. I've got some ring light here, other lights around. We're gonna play. But so let's just go through some things that you can do to take care of the problem quickly. Now, the tips I'm gonna give you are based on both my experience coaching leaders, even though I usually don't wear glasses when filming, and students in my courses. So I do a lot of work helping leaders, nonprofit leaders, congregational leaders, figure out their video setup, their strategy, how to tell their story, bring community online, all that jazz. So first, we need to understand that the primary problem with eyeglass glare is that you've got you and your camera that you're looking into, and there's a light source that is bouncing off your glasses and going into the camera lens. You need to understand, just in terms of the physics of light, when light travels, it goes in a straight line, and then if it hits a surface like your glasses, flat, shiny surface, it bounces off at the same angle that it hits at. So if it comes straight at you, it's going to bounce straight back. But if it comes in at an angle, then it's going to bounce off at an angle. And we can use that to reduce the glare. So if we take, here's my little ring light. If it's right in front of me, right by the camera, which is often how you see it, people not wearing glasses when they're filming, it's going to cause the glare. So what do? We move it to the side so that it bounces off the lens of your glasses at an angle and avoids the camera when it bounces back. So it's moving it. Here, I'll do it right now. So near the camera, you see all the glare. If I start moving it to the side, and let's just, we can get it so that we have no little ring light reflection. Now, as you move your lights to either side, and I usually have my lights off to the side and up a little bit. So when I'm sitting at my desk like this, it's usually about 5 feet high either side. When you move the lights to the side, if you only have one light, you're going to end up with shadow on the other side of your face. So it's good to end up with a light on either side, like in this diagram. So the lights are coming in towards you at an angle and bouncing off at an angle, missing the camera. Now see, you can see the ring light. Often I will see people having the ring light just a little bit over their camera, or around the camera, like you see in ads and videos. But if you move your head a little bit, you still catch it. Watching the news lately, I see a lot of commentators and people online, they're using ring lights at home and they talk a little bit and it catches that light. You really need to raise it fairly high. So when I'm sitting at my desk here, I have my lights 5 feet high off to the side. Next, looking at a lot of videos of the people in my training and courses, their monitor is a huge problem. So if you look at the two monitors here, the monitor on the left is really bright. There's a Mac desktop picture that is a bright desert. The one on the other side, the right, your right, is dark with no documents opened. That makes a huge difference. Your computer is a light source. So what can we do to address that? Now again, I've got my brightness all the way up. I have my lights moved to the side. I moved the ring light out of the way. So now the primary thing you're seeing in my glasses is the reflected light coming off of my monitor. So your monitor is a light source. So first, what we can do is change the desktop background. So I'm going to go from the desert to black. Watch what happens. See the difference? I'm going to do it like when you go to the eye doctor's like, what's better, 1 or 2? What's better, this with black or the desert? Desert, much worse. You do not want a desktop that is a bright desert with your monitor cranked up at full brightness. Might make it easy for you to read things and look at comments and such on your computer, but it's really bad for eyeglass glare. So if you're going to use glasses when filming, we need to change your desktop. Obviously, you have a team and someone else is doing some of this work and you can just look at the camera. That's great. But you can make the monitor background darker. Now, you still see there's some stuff reflecting on the glasses. What is this? Oh, my notes and the windows with the settings. Close those. See how bright that is? If you look into my eyes, you can see that moving around. So this open document, white background, black text, my notes, it's like a light blasting me. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, what about my notes? Well, I printed them out right here. So my paper is not a light source like that. So much better. Some of you will need to use scripts. I understand, but we need to play with this and your glasses. Next, I will say, sometimes I'll see tips where people say, oh, if you tilt your chin down, that changes the angle of the lens such that light coming in straight bounces down. It's true that if you, well, let me grab my ring light again, my little baby ring. If I have the ring light straight in front of me and I look straight at it, we get the reflection. But if I tilt my chin down, you don't see it. Who wants to do that? Nobody. So I do not recommend that tip unless you have like a neck that allows you to do that and it's not uncomfortable, or the chin, whatever. So some people say that, you can maybe put your glasses up a little bit so that the angle reflects the light down. I don't love that, but that's a tip that's out there. A couple other things for you to just keep in mind, especially if you're designing your studio setup. Light, the brightness of it changes with distance. So whether it's light coming off of a light source or light reflecting off of something, as you increase the distance, the brightness of that light drops significantly. So if you double the size, double the distance from your light source to your glasses, it's going to be 1/4 as bright. So it's, you increase the distance by 2, and then you get 1/4. So it's like 1 over the square of the distance. We don't need to get into the formula. Just know that if you're doing a setup, figuring things out, and you have, say, a DSLR or other camera besides the webcam, and can increase the distance between the light sources and your subject, but still zoom in so that it still is framed properly, that can reduce some of the glare. And last, keep in mind that if you are the brightest thing in the room, so you're cranking the light on you, especially using, say, soft boxes or lights that direct the light towards the subject, but not letting that light get to everything else. When you adjust your exposure so that you look great with all that light on you, other ambient light is going to seem darker in comparison. So if you're really well lit with that light source directed at you and not your surroundings, so you're kind of more in a darker room with the light on you, you're going to see less glare. So I hope those tips help. Obviously, I don't have anti-reflective coating on these little cheapo glasses I got for our demonstration, but I hope that helps. If you use these tips, let me know how it goes. You can comment and connect with me via social media. I am everywhere at Peter Bowden Live.